My name's Waylon Buck.
My name's Michael Tesh.
My name's Dayton Rivera.
And we're doing the subarctic Indians.
The subarctic climate, also called the boreal climate, is really cold. -40 degrees Fahrenheit to 86 degrees Fahrenheit in the summers. There's short summers, about 3 months long, and a really long, harsh winter. There's very little precipitation, less than 15 inches a year. And in the North American subarctic climate, to the north is the tundra, where it snows quite frequently, and into the south is the taiga, the wooded area. Okay.
Obtaining food was an important and essential ritual for the subarctic peoples. They would hunt, fish, trap, and gather wild plants. Crikey, would you look at the... They would use bows, arrows, traps, snares, deadfalls for catching caribou, and drift fence in a pond to catch fish. Hunters used spears to capture their game and would surround the prey. We got one guy over there, and we got one bear. Where is he? Alright, let's go. Alright, well. Okay.
Hunters carried their prey back to their village using toboggans.
The subarctic people used different kinds of houses. All were small and easy to take down to move from place to place. They used lean-tos, pit houses, and wigwams. Most houses were covered in hide and brush.
Religion. Some tribes, like the Gwich'in Indians, believed in animal spirits, spiritual beings, and bushmen. They created religious dances based on songs they brought back from journeys to heaven. Nanda Bush was the hero. Wishaka was the trickster among the Algonquin culture. Most people had some medicine power, which was enhanced by a body of beliefs, such as customs observed after killing an animal. Dietary and various social observances marked death, birth, and puberty.
Clothing. Traditional clothing reflects the resources. For the most part, clothing was made of caribou and moose hide. Moose and caribou hide moccasins and boots were an important part of the wardrobe. Styles of moccasins vary depending on conditions. Both men and women are good at sewing, but traditionally, women did most of it.
Warfare. Warfare was more prevalent among some native groups than others. The most fierce were the Athabascan, Tahltans, and Chippewyans of interior Canada and the Algonquin Crees. The most timid were the interior Canada Athabascan hares or slaves, or also known as slaves. Warfare would become more brutal and frequent with the European introduction of firearms. The Chippewan warred against the southerly Cree, but after the 1700s they allied together and warred against the Inuit and Dene peoples north of them.
The subarctic peoples used snowshoes for transportation, and they walked.
The Cree are one of the largest groups of Native Americans with 200,000 members in Canada. Most Cree live north and west of Lake Superior, but they range from the Rocky Mountains to the Atlantic Ocean in both Canada and the United States. The ancestral Cree language was one of the most widely spoken in northern North America. Today they live mostly in Montana, where they share a reservation with the Ojibwe. The name Cree is derived from the Algonquin language area called Kiristino. Kiristino is long for Cree. Cree call themselves Inawak. Metis are people of mixed ancestry. Historically, Metis were the children of French fur traders and Cree women.
The Athabascan people traditionally lived in the interior of Alaska, from the Brook Mountain Range and down to the Kenai Peninsula. Athabascans migrated seasonally, traveling in small groups to fish and hunt and trap. The Athabascans traditionally lived in small groups of 20 to 40 people that moved through the resource territories. Annual summer fish camps for the entire family and winter villages served as base camps. Depending on the season and regional resources, several traditional house types were used. Traditional tools were made of stone, antlers, wood, and bone. Tools were used to build houses, boats, snowshoes, clothing, and cooking utensils. Athabascan culture is matrilineal system in which children belong to the mother's clan rather than the father's?
The beaver. The beaver were nomadic hunter-gatherers. The beaver's most important game was the beaver, which they used for food and fur. The beaver are located in northeast British Columbia and northwest Alberta. The beaver contacted with whites as fur traders, and they were approached by Roman Catholic missionaries, where they created a hybrid religion of the beaver beliefs and the Catholic religion.
Season and regional resources.
Stop it!
I was in a roll there.
Holy crap, there's some big words in here.
What are you doing?
Just like Bigfoot, the Bigfoot shredded just in the background.
The beaver. The beaver. The beaver.
Why does it say this? I had this all planned out. Alright, stop.